Charles here. Wow, has the weather changed. A few days ago we were in the 70s. I was actually probably out here in just a t-shirt, but it has dropped. We got about 2 inches of snow yesterday, and right now I think it's like 32 or 33 degrees, so it's pretty cold. Today's video is going to be about something new we're going to add that involves the hitch in the back. Thanks for watching. So when my wife and I decided to convert this Ford Transit 250, a 2018 model, into a camper van, there were some things I knew in advance. One thing, I knew I wanted to put in a hitch, and I got my numbers to make sure. I got a Kurt 1364 Class A trailer hitch. Fits perfectly, made for this vehicle. 3 bolts on each side, no drilling, done. It was a real fast install. My son-in-law did it for me. And then I knew 2 other things about having that hitch. One is I wanted to have a step. So I found this step, kind of inexpensive, on Amazon. There's a blue million of them, but it's actually plastic. And so it serves as a step, and I'll show you Susie and me getting in and out with it. And it worked. You had to be, especially, Susie remarked that you have to be especially careful when you're coming down, it seems like. Watch where you're going. And then I've got this really nice grab handle that I use all the time. But I wanted something bigger. I really did. And so that's why you're going to be seeing shortly here the Nilight hitch step. So I wanted a step, but then I also wanted to have a tow point. The Ford Transits in England have hooks on the front that you can tow, actual tow points. For some reason they don't have them on the American model. So what I decided to do, by having the Kurt receiver, I could have a shackle hitch receiver. So I got one off Amazon from Rhino, USA. So it slides in there. I'd go get it for you, but it's all thick snow up there, and I'll show you a picture right now, okay? And so it slides in, and then I also got a tow strap from Rhino, recovery strap that works with it. So you can pull the pin on this, pull this out, put the other one in, and you've got a tow point, and you've got that recovery strap to get pulled out. And so that's kind of why I have all this. Not everyone has a hitch on theirs, and because a lot of people have a garage here and they're not coming in and out. The beds up there, they just don't walk in and out like we do. So it's more important for someone who has this kind of setup. So and the other thing I added, and I'd known this before when we had a small camper, even you can tighten everything down, but it can still rattle if you got a trailer or a camper or whatever, or a hitch, any kind of thing in the hitch, is it's going to rattle. So I have an anti-rattle stabilizer made from Max Hall. It's a 50023, and it fits in here, and you'll be seeing a close-up, but it's a way of tightening up, and then just a regular pin that fits in there. And as you'll see, Nilight has their own step. And the funny thing is, I didn't know Nilight had one. You know, I've got Nilight LED lights here, bar lights on the front. I've got a big one on the top, one on the license plate. I just installed a bunch of Nilight running lights, red up here, and then some marker lights on the side that are amber. And for some reason, I just sort of scrolling through and seeing what else they had. To me, I thought all they had was wiring, harnesses, and lights for various uses. The underglow lights that I installed recently. And then all of a sudden I went, wait, they've got a step. So I contacted them and said, hey, you know, I'd like to do a video about that. So yes, they did send it to me. I don't do what are called sponsored videos. So yes, I do receive it, but I show how I'm going to be using it and show how it's put together, which is quite simple. This won't going to be a long, drawn-out video at all. And so they sent it to me, and I got it yesterday. This is something I don't have to test for 3 weeks before I do a video, because it's a step, a solid step. And let me go get it, and I'll show it to you right now. Well, it's actually starting to warm up out here. I was going to put this together in the house, but maybe I'll, bite the bullet and put it together. Here is the new step, the Nilight. Heavy tubular construction, welded. It is very, very solid, and it's got some weight to it. It really, really does. And so I'll put it next to the old one, and you'll see there's almost no comparison. It's much bigger, much deeper especially, which is what I like about it. It's got a great surface on it. It's almost like truck bed lining, and not much to do when you put it together. We will be putting this on to slide it in, so it's 4 bolts. It's actually threaded in here, and so I might even put some thread lock on there. They don't say you have to, but it certainly won't hurt. And so I've got that. And it also comes with, I don't believe this is their brand, but it comes with a hitch pin that is lockable. And I'll show it to you. I've got just a simple one down there with just the cotter pin. It's great, though. It's great that they include it. I'm not sure that I will use it. I think I'm just going to use the simple one. And then they've got their own anti-rattle hitch stabilizer. And so I could use this as well. So here is the original one that has served us well, you know. And this will be the new one. And obviously it's going to be lower. But you can see it's at least twice as big. And again, this is all metal. There's no plastic involved in it. So a great textured surface. So there's not a lot to installing this. We get this tube installed here. You can't do it the wrong way. If you turn it the wrong way, the holes don't line up. So we're all lined up. Again, this is really beefy, really heavy. They give you a nice instruction sheet. And so all we have are 4 bolts. These are threaded. So it's going to fit right in. And so we have 4 bolts, a washer, and a lock washer. And that's really all there is to it. And so I'll just start getting these tightened up. So we got the step here, got the tube installed, 4 heavy bolts. And I know I keep saying it, but this is really heavy. There's no comparison to the other one. Rock solid tubing, welded really well. And it's got 4 holes, 4 positions. And I couldn't use the closest position if I wanted to, because it won't clear the bumper. This one would work, but I'm going to put it on this 3rd. The 4th to me is just a little bit too far out. I'll show you. It would be out there, and you know, I'll let Susie try and see what she thinks, but I think the one that I'm going to probably stick with is that 2nd hole back there. It gives a nice gap here, and we get full use of the step. And just use the hitch pin I had before. Just put it through here. Put the cotter pin in. And I'm good to go right there. Now the next thing is to add the hitch stabilizer. So let me get things moved around here and I'll show you that. But this is just real simple. But what it does, it's taking this hitch, and this bar is going to lift and hold it tight to the actual receiver underneath here. And that will hold it tight so this doesn't rattle, because it would rattle for sure. I did not like the angle while I was putting this on, so I just wanted to show this plate. It has an angled part here, and that goes toward the step. The U-bolt goes up and around, and you put the 2 bolts. And so this is just holding the tube tight to the hitch receiver. And that's really all there is to it. Just really have to super tighten it down. You see it from there. So that's all there is to putting that stabilizer on, but it makes all the difference in the world. So this does not move. All right, so you can see here's our new Nilight step. Wow. Now compared to this, you can see the difference in size. So that definitely gives me more room when I'm stepping up or down, either way. So let me back the camera up and I'll go up and down a few times to show you. So as I showed you, obviously a much larger step and a lot more surface to walk on. So we open up the door. I typically grab this just because I'm cautious. Step on it, up and down, nice and easy. I did want to mention that these tubes are sealed really well at the ends, so you're not going to have water getting in there causing any rust or corrosion. So let me get Susie out here. Yay, the sun's coming out. She'll like that. And let her try it a couple times to see if she likes this spacing. I know.
Oh, wow. That's so nice.
Oh.
You don't have to... That's such a small... The other one was so small.
Right, yeah, I showed them the difference.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You can run down out of
Yeah,
that. This
right.
one you had to take your time and make sure you stepped on the right spot.
Right, you had to be really careful. Okay, I know it's cold.
Good job.
Yep, I did good. So let's get another close look here. You can see that heavy tubing underneath there. Well, there you have it. We've installed the Nilight Hitch step. Again, people that have a van like ours, it's great because you're coming in and out, and the other step kind of looks like a toy now compared to this, because this is so solid and beefy. But I can see someone that has a typical bed up high in a garage here. Maybe they need to reach up high and get something. It's also nice just to avoid bumping into that pole right there by your campsite or something. Easy to install. They come with simple instructions, but you could do this without any instructions because it's very obvious. 4 bolts, tighten them down, 2 bolts on the hitch stabilizer, and that's what's really nice about it too. A lot of the other steps that are other brands, they tend to send a step, but they don't send anything else, and they send you the anti-rattle stabilizer and the lockable hitch pin, which right now I'm not using just because I'm using the plain one that I had before. Nothing wrong with it. It's great. This is a really good one. So they make it a complete kit for you, and we're really glad to have this on here now. It's just a lot easier getting in and out and being safe. So thanks Nilight for sending it, and I don't think that stuff's going to come back out anytime soon, so I'm going to finish this video right now and go take my Sunday afternoon nap. Thanks for watching.